Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
In the darkness of space, great evil lurks, weaving its heresy with wicked works. But little do they know of their greatest foe, a boy armed with friendship and the knowledge he doth grow. Kevinson and his powerful force, fighting heresy and its terrible source. They are the Inquisiteers.
Daniel? Daniel, did I switch you back on?
Yeah.
You must have froze up like me, buddy. I'm staring down this tank and it's freaking me out. It feels like I've been standing here looking at it for I don't know, 7 months? Real specific, but feels that long. What about you?
Well, we've already talked about how in combat it seems like time slows down, and it seems like time really slowed down.
It
this
really
time.
did. I mean, I don't even remember what just happened, Daniel. Can you refresh my memory?
Well, long story short, we're teamed up with a bunch of Imperial Guardsmen, and we're launching an assault on a space fortress held by rebels, and it's bad. The part of the space fort we're on, the docking arm, is beginning to collapse and fall into space. So us and several hundred other guardsmen are rushing towards the center of the space fort so we don't fall off the station when this entire part explodes. Unfortunately, there are about 200 rebel guardsmen and a Lehman Russ tank between us and safety.
Yeah, it's the tank that's drawing a lot of my attention. Oh, that's right. Yanu's here with us. Yanu, how you doing, man?
Man, I feel like I've been on a 7-month bender. What's going on, Kevin?
Oh man, you froze up too, Yanu. Daniel, Yanu, have you met him before? Oh man, my memory's going. He's like an assassin, right?
I thought his name was Key, or no, but he goes by Yanu, right? That's like.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. My friends call me Key. That's my nickname. Kiyanu.
A lot of this is starting to come back now. A lot
I feel
of
like
it.
that's different than what was said before, but maybe I don't remember. I'm very confused.
That's
and
probably
scared.
what it is. It's a memory thing, of course. From the shock of a tank, all of this makes sense. Well, now that we know where we are, what are we gonna do? I mean, we got these 300 or so Valhallans, maybe more, against. 200 Rebel Guard isn't too bad, but a tank is pretty bad.
The tank is extremely bad. Hopefully they don't know how to use it.
Yeah, we could bank on that. We could.
I don't think we should bank on that.
What do you think, Yanu? My shoes, they light up. I could distract, maybe do some sweet moves and flips, and then the light will pull the attention away from the tank, because that's how those work, right? The Lehman Russ, easily distracted?
Listen, Kevin, those shoes, to be clear, are rad as hell. And you're pretty cool too. You're a space marine, and that's pretty rad. Can you fight a tank by yourself?
Well, Timo always
that
said...
would be cool as all hell, but it's a tank.
Yeah, but Timo always said if I put my mind to it, and by my mind I mean my awesome psychic powers, then, stuff usually blows up. And it's a very literal definition of what she meant, and it's accurate, so...
Wait, so do you have a spell called Tank Go Away?
No, but I got something pretty hot up my sleeve. It's a psychic power and it's warm. Alright, but I think I'm a little too far away to be quite honest, and we've been talking a while, let alone the amount of time I stood standing here. We should...
Yeah, the guardsmen are rushing forward while we sort of slowed down for a second. And it's bad. Those guardsmen are rushing up at that tank. We got a couple of guys with rocket launchers trying to get her alongside of it, but nothing doing so far. That tank's got a heavy bolter on top. It's got a battle cannon. It's got heavy flamers on the sides. It's pretty intimidating.
It's a lot of guns, and a lot of close range and long range guns. Daniel,
Okay.
What's the cover situation look like here in this, arm?
So it's pretty much non-existent in terms of cover because this is mostly just an area to move goods back and forth out of the docking bay through the docking arm. Like, this is big enough that the Lehman Rust tank can drive through here pretty easily. The Severin Domine wasn't planning on protecting this part, so they don't have any cover or anything, but that also means there's not really any cover for us either. We could try to start ripping some stuff up, and honestly, maybe we could start using some dead bodies as cover, but there's not much going on. The best thing we could do is maybe hide amongst all of the other troops that are rushing through here, but Kevin, you do stand out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a pretty tall guy. Pretty fast and pretty
with
noticeable.
red armor.
Yeah, that's
you're
true.
like bright red, dude.
Yeah, it's hard to hide amongst with this outfit, but it doesn't matter. Not like I would hide. I'm a space marine, damn it.
Do you guys want to roll to see what you know about a Lehman Rust tank?
Yes.
Kevin
Yeah,
would
probably.
absolutely like to roll. What would that be? Scholar?
It would be Scholar, yeah.
Okay. Well,
What
Kevin's
is the difficulty?
Kevin, thanks to his, I was gonna say background, but the body he's possessed, he has a +2 bonus dice to hidden lore. Now, I don't know if this is hidden lore, but his scholar is at least a 7. What do you think?
Yeah,
Daniel?
this is not hidden lore. This is pretty standard stuff.
It's like the most out in the open lore. That
the
could
mysterious, little-known and little-seen Lehman Russ battle tank.
It's just a difficulty 3 lore check, but you have to know just a little bit about them to get this information about
Okay. Scholar check. Oh, wow. That was incredible. That's a 7.
Yeah, I just got a 3, so I got enough, but nothing significant.
So I can it was a 3 check, right, Daniel?
Yes.
Well, I got a 3, and I can push 2 6s to get additional information that might help us.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I know right now. A Lehman Rust tank is incredibly well armored from the front and decently armored from the sides, but the back of it is much less armored. Now, it is still an armored tank. It's still going to have armor. It's not like you're going to be able to cut through it like butter, but ideally, you should try to attack a Lehman Rust tank from the rear, or at least the sides. Going up against the front part of it is going to be not as effective.
Running directly at the cannon, bad idea.
Also, that's not great.
Makes sense, Daniel. And I say this, but it's Kevin, also remembering this at the same time as well. That's right. Running straight at cannon is bad. That's where the bullets are. Okay. Less
Anytime
bullets in
Kevin
the back.
remembers something, he just hears it in his head in Daniel's voice.
It's true. It's very true. That's how he processes everything.
So, is there anything you would like to know or maybe even declare about this particular model of Lehman Rust tank with your 6s?
It fears red. It's like the reverse of a bull. It is afraid of it and scampers away from it quickly. Right? No.
I'm trying to play nice here. I'm trying to give you something with the 6s.
So it's got to be about the tank, though, right? It's got to be specifically about the tank.
Or about anything about, I guess, about warfare in, but generally about the tank.
I've got an idea.
I got an idea. It would be that the tank has, like, as it fires its guns, Kevin knows the sequence between, like, the firing patterns. Like, he can tell that certain tanks have a number of crew that man them to operate the sponsons, to operate the heavy bolter, to operate the cannon. And because this is a rebel Lehman Rust battle tank, that it might be under-crewed, which means that there might be a timing difference between when some of the guns fire and when others do. Meaning if, like, we change arcs, like if we move to the right or to the left, the crew that might be working the heavy bolter might have to move to a side sponson, which changes the timing and reaction time. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think that the crew is inexperienced and undermanned in this thing. I will tell you which weapon is about to fire. I will also say that it can only use 2 of its weapons on a round. That's how we'll do it. It'll only be able to use 2 of its weapons.
Well, as long as one of them isn't the battle cannon.
Well,
we may have
hopefully
a
that
shot.
doesn't hit you.
Yes.
and that they will need to they won't be able to use the weapons twice in a row. They'll have to be moving around and doing different things there.
I like it. Andrew, what was your idea?
Since the axes on, like the firing axes on the Lehman Russ tank are fairly restricted to the front, hence why it's so armored in the front, like how tough are the treads on this?
The treads are still pretty tough. You could try to destroy the treads if you focus on them. That might be a way to keep it from moving around, but that is because a Lehman Russ has to be so mobile. The treads are pretty well protected.
They're reinforced. Yeah. Okay. So then I would say...
So Kevin, like, we should, like, flank it on one side and just try and get around behind it, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think with the timing, the way this thing is unloading right now, we might be able to get a little bit of an advantage if we can get them to switch firing positions. Just means we're going to have to draw its attention. Do you think we should go the same arc or split? Like, you go left and I go right. You go right and I go left.
The second one.
All right, let's do it. I'm going left, I'm going left, I'm going left. So, I guess
combat is now going to begin.
You sure you can't let us just run narratively around the tank?
You're on the sides of the tank.
Sweet.
I'm going to say you're on the sides of the tank.
Woo!
Yeah.
Still heavy flamers and rotating battle cannon.
So, I guess are we gonna roll for sequence order, or do one of us get the Does this tank get the drop on us?
You can see. No, you knew that the tank was going on. You got this plan. I'm gonna let one of you guys go first. I don't care who, but one of you guys can go first.
There's something actually I would want to do just because I'm flimsier, but I am an assassin. Is it possible for me to do like a stealth check or something to essentially like disappear within the crowds that are fighting? So I'm less likely to be just directly targeted. Because I'm assuming it's going to be... Is it just focusing on us? Like, it's like, those two guys look different.
No,
Fire on them.
to be fair, you don't really look that different. I mean, you're wearing different clothes. We've already established that. But you're not that different from the guardsmen, so you don't even need to make a roll. It's not really super interested in you. It might shoot in your general direction to start blasting anybody over there, but you don't even need to make a roll now that you're declaring it. I think you trying to blend into the crowd, I think you could just do that.
And I'm blending in because I'm crouching low and I'm holding the last gun that I found on a dead body. Pew pew! Just regular guardsmen. Pew!
So while he's pew-pewing, Kevin happens to look right, and Yanu is just gone. Like, he's just vanished into the crowd.
Whoa, that was awesome. Wow, he's still gone. I still can't find him. Oh, right, a tank. And Kevin keeps running to the left.
Okay. I'll let both of you guys do that, but now the heavy flamer is going to open up on the side of the tank.
Which side? Oh, I guess there's two. Are both sponsons heavy flamers?
Yes, they have heavy flamers on both sides.
Damn.
And it's going to make 2 attacks, and it's just going to be heavy flamer 1, heavy flamer 2 are going to go, right?
Oh, boy.
So, I'm going to roll to attack. It's going to be the one targeting the Space Marine first.
But why would it target a Space Marine? I mean, they're not dangerous.
Let that heavy flamer know I've got a defense of 4, so it best not mess.
Oh, we got a 5, unfortunately.
Ugh, come on now. Oh boy, that's a lot of flames.
Yes. So, let me talk to you about fire. Oh, wait, actually, let me roll.
On today's special
program. No bonus damage. Woo. So, it's 12 damage pierce 1.
So that would be 2 wounds that I would take, which is pretty gnarly considering I'm a Space Marine, but I'm going to try to soak some of this. So I only have 5 shock left, so I'm going to take 1 for trying to do this, and then I have 5 soak, but I guess how I understand it, I can only roll the number that I could actually absorb, right? Or do I still get to use all of it?
You roll the same number of dice, but you can
soak.
only... Yeah, you roll the same number of dice, but you can only soak up to the amount that you have remaining.
So I can only soak up to 4, which is fine because I only need to soak up to 2. So here we go.
Yeah.
Da-da-da. I only passed 1. So I do take 1 wound. So I lose 2 shock. So I'm down to 3 shock. and I do take a wound. So I was wounded before, so Kevin takes a scorch burn from this, and he's down to only 5 wounds from 9
I also
starting.
need you to pass a difficulty 5 agility test.
Oh man, muscles and flips and stuff is my specialty. So he's gonna do an athletics check. What's the difficulty again?
Difficulty 5. This is to not be caught on fire.
Oh wow.
It's an agility test, right?
Yes.
Oh wait, agility or athletics?
Agility.
Oh no. My agility doesn't get any sort of skill bonuses. Now I have a species ability. I get a +1 bonus die if your implants can help. Now Space Marines have a lot of implants. Does acid spit help in this situation? Do I have fire extinguisher blood?
I mean, he does have combat drugs in his suit.
Well, we'll see. That might help with pain, but I guess it wouldn't help with dodging. All right, agility. It's a 5 difficulty, and I have only 5 agility. Here we go. Oh, that's a 2. It's a 2 out of 5.
Do you want to use a glory point to reroll that?
You mean a wrath point?
No.
Excuse me, a wrath point.
I don't know. I mean, averages say I get a total of like 3.5 out of 5. I don't know if this is really worth it. Is it bad to be caught on fire? Like, to break out of the fire, is it just
Well,
to
let me
stop?
tell you what happens if you are on fire.
Yes.
While on fire, you take 1d3 mortal wounds at the start of each of your turns.
Oh, wow. Well,
You then have to pass a difficulty 3 willpower test to act normally on your turn. If you fail, you're pinned because you spend the whole round like crying out in pain or flailing around in attempt to put out the fire. Then, as an action, you can attempt to put out the flame, or someone else can attempt to put out the flame by making a difficulty 3 agility test.
man, this flame stuff has a lot going for it. Holy sholy boly. I am going to probably reroll because all of that sounds horrible. Yeah,
You should try to get a heavy flamer. You could get one of these.
Yeah, I think Kevin is going to invest in finding a heavy flamer. It's like, oh, cool! Whoa! As he gets lit on fire.
You have to be pretty strong to lift it, but you're a space marine. You could probably lift it.
Yeah, I got this. All right, I'm gonna re-roll these 3 dice. I really need a 6 here on one of these at least, or both. Butts. I only got 1 more. So that's a 3. I fail. I'm on fire. Ah!
Okay, well, yeah, you're on fire.
Nice.
At the start of your turn, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad because I only have 5 wounds left. So if you roll hot, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, Yanu looks over and just sees that what used to be Kevin is just literally a flailing ball of flames.
But it also, you can still see the light up shoes.
Oh, of course.
Going on in there.
They pierce the darkness.
Yay! Wee.
Okay, Keanu, what's your defense?
I'm in the crowd. You can't see me.
No, but he's shooting a flame at the crowd. Oh, to be clear, Kevin, you're not the only one on
I assumed so. But also, I am a space marine, so if that did happen, I also wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Who should we shoot, sir? The fucking giant space marine guy.
My defense is 4.
You know what? They got a 2
Damn
on
it.
their attack.
I mean, yay.
I'm in the crowd. I mean, you just can't see me.
So here's the thing. The fire goes through the area, but you're able to avoid it maybe just by having somebody else absorb the fire that was meant for you or something like that. The whole area around you is like burnt up, but you were able to avoid the brunt of the flame and are okay.
The duds
for
of my
now.
jacket are just too cool, man. They can't be
Meanwhile,
on
everybody
fire.
in the floor is just like, ah! Hey,
Yeah,
Valhallans
although
don't like
I'm
fire.
assuming I'm far more visible now that all of the people that were in front of me are now writhing in agony on fire.
I mean, not all of them. There's some other Space Marines who did, not Space Marines, Imperial Guardsmen. There are not other Space Marines. Sorry, Kevin. There are other Guardsmen who made it as well, and they're all just kind of running forward. Some of them also realize that you got to try to get behind a Lehman Russ.
Now, Daniel, very important to note. If you remember, I have inspired these Valhallans. Like, I've given them multiple different speeches. As we
You have. You rolled
we've
pretty
reached
well.
the spaceport. Or
You
space,
actually
space
told
fort?
them that if they're great, they could be Inquisiteers.
That's right. So, I mean, are they gonna help? Kevinson as he is rolling on the floor on fire with my leadership? Like, can I pay this off with somebody trying to put out a Space Marine fireball?
Of course.
Yes.
So you're still going to need to take 1d3 mortal wounds
Oh.
in your turn. So let me make the roll.
But what if he
Just
takes
one.
It? Oh, yes,
Just one
that's
mortal
good.
wound. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm down to 4 wounds. Ooh, it's less
That
than
could have
half.
been so much worse.
Yes, that could have been.
And enough guardsmen are just like sort of almost throwing themselves on you and just like, get him out, get the fire out, we got to keep him going. So I'm going to say you're good to go because of your good leadership roles earlier.
Yes.
Although I actually am going to need you to make a willpower test.
That's fine. I've got the willpower of a blood raven and
Okay.
a boy who wants cookies after this for doing a good job. So,
Difficulty 3 willpower.
oh, Kevin's got this. He's got a willpower 7. Kevin, here we go. I shouldn't have said all this. What am I thinking?
You just set yourself up so badly.
Okay, I did. I passed. I got a 4. Yes! I was very worried. I was like, where's the wrath die? Where's the wrath die? And it was a 5. All good. All good. So Kevin wills himself out of the flames. And I think it's because Kevin, honestly, is quite shocked by the selfless act of some of these guardsmen, like, just jumping on him, missed, like, the crazy gunfire and, like, heavy flamer action that they helped put the fire out on him.
Yeah, Kevin, I don't know if you've ever really been in the presence of a bunch of people who think of you as, like, an angel, essentially. Like, all of these people are nuts about you. It's wild.
Thank you so much for helping me out. Now let's go blow that tank up. I assume
right.
he's saying this to some burned guys.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you got this. And he pats a few of them on the back, probably too hard.
Glad I got to help a space marine before I died, sir.
You more than helped. You ensured our victory. Now let's finish this thing. Kevin stands up and continues to flank around the left-hand side.
I'll let you make one more movement, and then you can get behind it.
Okay, how close is Kevin? Like, I guess he would have to do would he have to do a full run to get behind it in the next round, or could he do a regular move and then maybe an action, like shoot at it or do something?
You could take a regular move and then an action.
Ooh, well, Kevin would like to use the psychic
Because the
power.
last turn, you guys spent the entire time just running.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything except run.
Didn't need to waste time. We just needed to get around.
Just need to get around the tank. But now since we're on the sides, because obviously the side sponsons, Kevin wants to return a little bit of the favor that was just paid to him. And Kevin wants to use the psychic power. Now, how close is he to the side of the tank, Daniel? How many meters?
I thought you were trying to get behind it.
I am trying to get behind it for sure, but like where I am right now, am I just basically on the side of it? Like
Yeah,
it...
you're on the side of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's really like that narrow, this hallway.
Yeah, this hallway, I said it could fit a Lehman Russ tank, but it can't fit 2 Lehman Russ tanks.
Ah,
if that
okay.
makes
So
sense.
we're very
Yeah.
close to this thing then. Okay. I
I
thought
was
this was
thinking this room was way bigger.
I thought this was way
bigger.
wider. It makes a lot more sense that these heavy flamers just cooked everybody and us around us. Because, well, there's no room.
Didn't cook me. I was too lithe.
What? What did you just say? Kevin is distracted, but he remembers his plan, which is to fight fire with fire. Quite literally, molten beam, baby. And he's going to aim, because of his knowledge of the Lehman Russ tank and the insides and the makings of it, he's going to aim for, like, the fuel line that feeds the heavy flamer. With molten beam.
Make your check.
Basically, my test is against. I believe it's just against your defense. Yeah. So, oh boy, what is the Lehman Russ battle tank's defense?
So it doesn't have a lot of defense. It's not big on dodging. Though if you're focusing on a very specific part, the defense might be a little bit higher.
He is going to try to focus on what he remembers from, when Kevin was younger and Tomoe was reading books to him or gave him books. I don't know if she read to him, but when she gave him books to read, he had these like flip books. And of course he had like the classic, everybody remembers the Imperial books with My Lehman Russ, and it's got like a smiley face on it and a dead heretic hanging off of the cannon. And, he was learning all about it as a kid. Classic book.
Well, to try to hit the Prometheum line, I guess it's not really promethium that a flamer shoots, but whatever.
No, they shoot promethium.
Is it promethium? Is it just
Yeah, they
Heavy
use
gasoline?
flamer?
They use promethium for fuel and for flamers. They just use it in everything.
Man, Vulcan is making bank then if Prometheum is in everything. Good for them. Good for the salamanders.
I mean, to be fair, a Lehman Russ can run on almost anything. That's one of the cool things about a Lehman Russ. It could run on all sorts of different kinds of fuel. But this one's
Wait,
running on
is
promethium.
this like the old data slate, like the DeLorean? Like you could just fill it with trash? Dump this trash and these banana peels in. We gotta go to war.
I couldn't tell you. All I'm going to tell you is I have read that a Lehman Russ can run on all sorts of different kinds of fuel, and that's one of the reasons it's
I mean, I
great.
guess
Listen,
las
Jay.
guns can be charged by an open flame, right?
Yeah, you can just you can just throw their ammo packs into fire. And
You
it
know what?
charges them.
Gotta give this tech, especially las guns, a lot of credit. That's pretty incredible that you can charge a gun on fire.
And if you point it at another human being, you can make their head explode with a las gun. Like people talk about, las guns are dumb. Las guns are pretty great.
They're pretty brutal.
Yeah. Regardless, to hit the line to the flamer, that's a defense of 4.
Okay, well, my psychic mastery is a 12, so here we go. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I dropped a die. Come on now. I'm just very sad because I've already seen the 1 on my wrath die. Oh, man. As Kevin realizes, he got burned pretty bad from the heavy flamer, so his focus is off because Kevin's got perils right now. So,
Okay. Roll a D66 for me.
Yep. All right. My wrath die is going to be my bigger number. Here we go. Kevin got a 35. Not too high, not too low.
Miasma of decay. The stench of rotting meat and decaying flesh rises from the ground within 25 meters of you.
What?
All creatures within range must make a DC-3 toughness test, including those protected by technological breathing apparatuses. Those who fail suffer 1 shock.
Well,
Interesting.
25 meters is definitely everyone in here.
Yes.
Wow. So just like a pile of trash just comes out of the ground.
Well, no, it's just the stench.
Oh.
It's not really there. It's like it's because it's not the decay of actual flesh, or maybe it is, but it's like warp flesh on the other side of in the immaterium.
You called a little bit of Nurgle there for a second.
Yeah.
Ooh, no good. As he was firing his molten beam into the tank, his hand, he saw a fly on his finger for just a moment, and then it blipped away, and then whoop, thing went real wrong. He lost his focus for just long enough, but
It was a really, really bad fart. I mean, it's just encoded the whole room.
hey, Space Marines are blessed by the Emperor. They're powerful in every avenue of their life. But as this terrible Nurgleness happens, I still get to fire my molten beam, and I want to see what I can do against this Lehman Russ with fire v fire. So basically, the molten beam is still 18 damage plus 2 damage. And if I remember, the defense was a 4. Was the defense?
Yeah,
right?
it said 4. Yeah.
So with an extra 6, I can just add more meters. I need 2 6s to increase the damage. So I still get 18 damage plus 2 damage die to roll. So I'm gonna roll that now. So that'll be 19 damage, no pen, even though really it's just all the pen is basically baked into the damage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Also has to take a difficulty agility test, sounds familiar, or it starts burning.
Okay. Well, first of all, you're attacking on the side, so that's 14 armor. But 19 is more than 14.
Yes.
So
That's right. Resilience is pretty high on a tank.
So it doesn't have the fleshy kind of resilience. You know what I mean?
It's
Because
all
you
armor.
have your armor and then also resilience that you get from your.
Oh, so this thing's just its armor is 14.
It just has an armor of 14.
That is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a tank.
Yeah, it makes
we're
sense.
talking about
Makes
here.
sense. Makes sense.
But you still do damage to it, which is pretty impressive. And the people inside are going to roll to try to not catch on fire.
Now, is there any benefit to my damage or this roll because I aimed for the Promethean line?
The flamer is disabled.
Yes!
The flamer is disabled. They did roll well on their check to not catch on fire.
Ah, darn.
They must have fire extinguishers in there or something. But they did fail their roll to not suffer shock from the nausea. So that's handy.
Yay!
Yeah, I've
that's
got to
not
roll
re-
mine right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to roll mine right now as well.
What's the roll for that nausea test again?
Difficulty 3 toughness.
Ooh, okay. Well, my toughness is still a 5, so...
I passed. This is definitely not the worst smell Yanu has smelled.
Oh, God.
Yanu's a man of the universe. Oh, no. Ooh, passed with flying colors. I actually got a 5. Perfect. So, Kevin...
Someone beefed in here, man.
It wasn't me, I swear! As Kevin obliterates the side sponson and makes a nice little... Does he make a hole in the tank? Probably not enough to fit anybody through, but like...
No, but there is a... Yeah, because your molten beam is like a pretty big beam, but to like get through the armor of this, like you kind of like focus it a little bit. So it has to be a little bit smaller to actually focus on getting through the armor. So there is a hole in the side of this tank, but it's not large enough that you could just like stick your head and be like, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
Hey everybody,
Fuck off.
it's me,
Your molten beam
Kevin.
is good, but it's not a melt-a-gun.
Yeah.
I mean, if you would cast it unbound and like really tapped into the power of the warp, maybe it could be.
Oh man,
Oh.
I feel like I'm getting tempted to do something really irresponsible. Especially after not doing it unbound and already periled immediately. That's good. Could have been a lot worse, though. That was not the worst result.
So this whole area smells pretty bad already because of all the, burning flesh. But now on top of it, there are now just some guardsmen who are stopping and gagging and coughing.
I was going to say, what's the effect of all of these, what I imagine to be like fairly low health, low shock guardsmen everywhere, both renegade and normal?
Yes, exactly.
What's the impact of every single person taking one shock?
There are a number on both sides who just go down, who just are like vomiting and like have to stop because they're so overwhelmed with nausea. Maybe they'll get back into the fight, but maybe not. So overall, it's okay, maybe?
It's just fine, man. I mean, he just took a huge beefer. I can see that you did it, Kevin. I know you did.
No,
You're
it wasn't
very
me, I
conspicuous.
swear. I mean, it was me, but I didn't do it. I didn't make the boom sound. And I guess that was Kevin's action, by the way. That was his
Yes.
move. Does the tank do something, or can Yanu do something beforehand?
Yanu gets to go next. But then the tank's going to get 2 weapon actions at the same time, so...
It'll be fine, Kevin. Just watch this.
And I do like a weird twist. It's not exactly like super stylish. There's a lot of bodies on the ground all over the place. And I try to aim both of my bolt pistols at the same sides. Well, not the same side sponson. The side sponson flamer that's on my side because I don't want to get cooked by it. And I'm going to shoot both my guns at it.
Because I'm just that good.
Oh, man, he's going to take it down with only pistols. Wow.
Yeah, that will be impressive.
Well, I mean, I need to. Listen. I'll definitely hit it. I mean,
No one was arguing that.
whether or not it'll actually be effective.
Listen. I'm gonna hit this giant tank.
I'm gonna hit it.
I may only be 2 meters away from what is this thing is
A
massive.
stationary wall. But listen, I know. So the way with my pistols, it's double their resilience, so 28 resilience, and my weapons only have 10 damage base, so it's 20 damage. But I can get a lot of extra damage, so there's a chance that I may be able to do 1 point of damage. Okay, all right.
Well, let's see what happens.
I'm excited about this. Daniel, I think we need to make an agreement here that if he somehow gets an additional 9 damage, this thing automatically dies, right? He ricochets a bullet through the turret and it just kills like a guy who's like cleaning a grenade and it drops and just blows the whole thing up.
There will be damage done, but I don't know if you're allowed to kill a tank.
If
with
2
pistols.
bolt gun pistols deal 29 damage, like,
Okay. I have something that may change your opinion, Daniel.
Oh.
Do what
I
you
rolled
do.
a 6 on my wrath die.
Interesting.
Ooh, it's a crit. It's a crit against the tank. I don't even know what that means.
And I also
neither does Cubicle 7.
I also can push 3 6s.
Okay,
There's a
roll.
chance I'll do a damage.
Listen, Kevin believed that this was going to be good 100%. From the first time he heard Yanu say, I'm going to shoot it with his guns, he was like,
Might
yeah,
be a
this is
short
gonna work.
episode. Okay, let's go. Roll your damage, and then we'll also figure out a critical in just a second.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, so I don't do enough damage to the tank to actually hurt it.
Wait. We still have to do the
I was-
critical. We still have to do the critical.
Yeah, I only got 26 damage.
All right,
So I
and
didn't
you
even
needed
get-
to do 28 to break through
Listen,
the armor on
that's
I
impressive.
technically only needed 27. No, you're 28. I needed 28 exactly because I have
Wait,
pen
is there any AP?
So it's pen 1, but it's not enough.
Does that?
So,
Is it? Do you count the pen of both?
Yeah, you count the pen of both.
So it would be pen 2 combined, right?
It's pen 2
That's still
combined,
not
but I
enough.
only got 26 damage.
Oh,
it's
so
not
you
enough.
literally needed one more damage.
I did the best I could.
But
I
hey,
only
you
got
cost it a
50.
shock. It has lost a shock because you're exactly on its resilience value.
Tank.
Like guaranteed,
brazenness.
you just crit a tank. Someone inside is shocked.
Okay.
roll 2d6. Roll a d66, I guess. We'll take a look at the critical hit table and we'll adapt it. I'm trying to follow Cubicle 7's guidelines of how the universe and battle plans work, and I'm trying to figure out how all of this applies to vehicles.
Even the Adeptus Mechanicus could have never envisioned something like this occurring.
Yes.
I'm just too radical.
Oh my god, he's amazing. I mean, my Emperor.
I don't actually know if higher numbers on critical matters, but I only rolled a 15.
Let's hope the higher ones are the bad. I mean, the good ones?
The higher ones are what you want.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dang it.
So, you got headshot.
Come
I
on.
headshot the
that's-
gunner.
I shot him through the viewport.
Now,
Yes.
I've got an idea, right? He headshots the guy who's running the giant turret. And then instead of him dying, he does one of those classic things where he slouches and lands on like one of the turn gears and starts spinning the cannon on the top of the Lehman Russ like in a complete clockwork rotation, firing at everyone. Eh?
That seems like a bit much.
You know what? So we normally a headshot does an additional 1d3 wounds. And you can spend glory to do more wounds on top of that. And the target is considered staggered. Getting a headshot, not really going to do more wounds to it. But I'm excited by the idea of you shooting the gunner in charge of the main battle cannon. That's something I can get behind. I think you do shoot that guy.
Man, but you gave me a chance to actually wound a tank with pistols. All right, we can shoot the gunner.
I mean, you did kind of hurt the tank with pistols. The tank itself is not really structurally damaged by what you did to
But
it.
it is operated by people, sure, yes.
Yes, but somehow, some way,
You did it. I mean, we
the
kind of
blessing
doubted
of the
you, but
Emperor.
here we are.
I was like, can I stagger a tank? Is that something I could do? Because I want to do
The
it.
answer is yes.
I
So
guess it does kind of stagger it.
So basically, as an assassin, like we're assuming here, he basically just like perfect shot ricocheted a bullet through like the crack in the turret where the gun meets like the wall, so the
Yeah.
gun can move and the turret spawns in, and just went right through, ricocheted off the wall, and just headshotted the guy in the top gun.
all right. Nice hit. Do you want to move to the rear of the tank? Also, Kevin, did you move to the rear of the tank after you did your molten
Yes,
beam?
Kevin
We were
was
sort of
making
talking
his
about
way back to the rear. By the way, Kevin saw all of this and is just like blown away by how incredible Yanu
Yeah.
is. Like, oh my god, I've never seen a shot like that before. How did you do that? Because he didn't obviously see inside the tank, unless one of my special organs is X-ray eyeballs, which it's
No.
not. They got a lot of crazy organs, Space Marines
They do have a lot of crazy organs. We've established that.
They've
but
got
that's not one
acid.
of them.
They don't have
Saliva.
X-ray eyeballs.
Yeah, but he did like put two and two together. He heard like the classic, like the ricochet sounds, and then just watched the cannon on the top just slump and start to rotate. Just like, oh, nice.
We should really have you sit down and read a book about the organs that are in your body one of these days.
Yeah, story time for everybody about my Kevinson's organs.
Keanu, how about you? What do you, are you staying on the side or moving behind?
Oh, I moved to the back, and I was running so fast and so cool that when I stopped, there's like blood everywhere, and I slide.
Is that how you finish your move?
Yes.
I love it. That's pretty cool. You slid up to a tank, pulled out 2 bolt guns, fired the rounds into it, took out the main gun, and then slid to a stop on blood. The ultimate assassin move.
So here's what we're going to do. The main cannon is going to fire this round. The battle cannon. I'm going to roll a D4.
Oh,
One
no,
is in
because it's
front.
random. Damn it. Oh, we did this to
2
ourselves.
is on the left, 3 is on the right, 4 is in the rear.
Well, while he's rolling that, Keanu just sees that Kevin is dumbfounded, and he says,
Yeah, the only thing that would have been cooler is if I slid in with light-up shoes.
Oh, thanks,
I rolled
man.
a 2.
Oh.
I didn't mean to step on your line, but yeah.
Oh, that is lucky. So does that, wait, the 2 was it fired in the front?
No, 1 was firing in the front. This fired on the left.
Ugh. This is like
that's where I used to be.
This is like that old data slate where the man with the cool hat and the cool whip was getting attacked by a big old ground plane. You know, he had a whip and he loved museums. The plane spun around with a propeller. It was neat.
Totally, yeah.
I've
I
never
was
seen
actually
that.
thinking about the scene in Time Bandits with the tank. But
Well, that's a
never
classic. Everybody knows Time Bandits.
mind. Everybody knows Time Bandits. Yeah, Terry Gilliam, great stuff.
We don't need to explain it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So now the main cannon is fired. It missed you. It hit some other people, and it's
Oh,
damaging
boy.
the side of the docking arm, and it's not good. But the heavy bolter that's mounted in the front of the Lehman Russ tank is not going to be able to hit you because you're not in front of it. Unfortunately, the pintle-mounted storm bolter on the rear of the Lehman Russ tank is accessible. One of the rebel guardsmen sticks their head out and mans the storm bolter and targets you specifically, Kevin, because
Oh, no.
you're the Space Marine who shot a fire laser at it.
Oh.
I think they're still trying to figure out what the heck happened with the 2 pistol shots. They can't even figure
Yeah,
out where those came from.
there's no logic that will explain that ever. They can't wrap their minds around it.
And it's going to probably start trying to turn around, but they're not so good that they could fire and turn around at the same time. So they're going to get this shot right now. So they're going to shoot a storm bolter at you, Kevin.
Oh, that's no good. Kevin only has 4 wounds left.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Yeah. Here we go.
You don't need logic when you're just that cool.
I got a defensive 4. I'm strong. I got this big old Space Marine body.
So you have a defensive 4.
Uh-huh.
He rolled 7 to hit you.
Ugh.
He rolled a 1 on his rat die.
Yes! Jam Stormbolter, baby!
Baby.
All right. It doesn't necessarily jam. Okay, I got to
Aw.
roll 2D. I got to roll on the combat complication table. There's things that matter here.
Oh man, cooler things could happen.
Cooler things could happen. Yes.
A demon appears. What?
Don't roll a 31 to 33, please, because that would just be weapon jam, and that's boring.
Don't you want a weapon jam?
I want to see something else happen.
Oh, I want to see a weapon jam. He's about to get something else jammed, for sure.
I rolled a 16, which is out of ammo.
Someone just forgot to reload it.
They never attack. They're not used to attacks from the rear. The guy aims at you, locks onto you, he's got a perfect sight on you, pulls the trigger, and nothing happens. And he looks to his side and realizes that he has to load the Storm Bolter. He just needs to take one action to do it, but unfortunately, for now, he has not hit you, Kevin.
It just like, I like the idea of like him having this beat, pulls the like, yes, perfect, pulls the trigger, Space Marine looks down at chest, nothing. Guy looks down at gun, no clip, looks to the left, sees a clip. It's got a piece of tape on it with Sharpie written on it that says, "Don't fucking forget to load this, Jerry. I swear to fucking God." And it's just like looking back up. And as he looks back up, all he sees in very close proximity to him is a very large red metal boot, because Kevin Kevinson has boarded the top of this. And Kevin Kevinson would like to take his action being force sword to the head on this guy who just tried to hit him with a storm bolter.
I don't want to rain on your parade.
Oh,
it's very
not my
cool that
parade.
You're mounting a tank, but does he have to take a test to see if he can scale the tank?
No.
I love it.
It's not in motion, technically.
It's not in motion,
Yeah,
and
it's
also,
not in motion.
if regular Renegade Imperial Guards can climb up this thing, a Space Marine can scale this son of a bitch pretty easily.
I don't know. You get distracted by your shoes.
I do. They're so bright and colorful.
Yeah. I might have made him roll, but Jay did a thing where he narrated something cool, so he doesn't have to roll.
Who?
That's not
Who
always gonna be
narrated
the
something
case.
cool?
You, Jay, narrated something cool for Kevin Kevinson to do. Shit. Oh no, the fourth
The
wall.
fourth wall is breaking everywhere. Oh no.
Roll to hit this guy before the wall breaks anymore.
All right, I'm rolling now.
We can't have any walls break. We'll be exposed to the void.
That's true. That's very true. That's the main. I mean, that's the
very
thing we're
true.
trying to get around here. All right, I do have a weapon skill of 10. What's this guy's defense?
Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
Well, let's see if it matters.
He's also he literally can't dodge. He's in a hatchway.
Well, it doesn't matter because Kevin got a 6 to hit. I'm pretty sure he's not more.
He doesn't have 6 defense.
He doesn't have a
he has
6
3
defense.
He has an Astra Militarum trooper has 1 defense.
Nice. And here we go. Roll my 1 damage die. It fails, so it's only a 5 plus 11. So, 16 damage, pen 3. Is he still
dead.
with us?
No, he's dead. Like, you kill him. He's super dead. He's mega super dead.
And then Kevin looks down at the clip for the Stormbolter. Thanks, Jerry. And winks. And positions himself on the tank to take melee action against this tank. But what's Yanu up to?
Yeah, it's Yanu's turn now.
I guess we don't know exactly how many crew are left.
No, you don't.
So there are a lot of standardly equipped guardsmen all around us, bodies or otherwise.
Yes.
Do any of them happen to have an easy-to-grab grenade lying on the floor?
Yeah, they have grenades with them. They have both frag grenades and crack grenades. All of them have one of each. Yeah.
We're going to grab ourselves a crack grenade.
Okay.
And we're going to climb up the tank. And we're going to look at the name tag and look at the ammo thing on the ground.
Oh, that makes sense, Jerry. You fucked up.
And then we're going to drop casually the grenade into the hatch of the tank, close the hatch, and then sort of just like wave to Kevin. We should probably get off.
Oh, yeah. And
okay.
Can he do that?
I'm gonna have
Roll to
you.
attack the tank?
I'm gonna have you roll the damage for the crack grenade. Actually, roll to attack. You're probably gonna hit it, but there might be a wrath situation. So we have to see what could happen.
He might get a
there.
crit. He might.
I roll a 1.
He might snipe another person inside this tank with shrapnel.
The grenade also might go off in your hand.
Oh, very true.
Oh, no!
Did you roll a 1?
I did!
Oh,
I rolled
no!
really hot, too. I rolled really hot, but I rolled a 1 on my wrath die.
You're
I
right
shouldn't
next
have
to
said
me.
anything.
You're right next to me.
I even said, or I could roll a 1. Wait. There's a chance, because one of the results for combat complications is dropped weapon, which is what I'm kind of trying to do anyway.
To be fair, it also says if the thing does not actually harm you, choose another thing. Because whatever it is, it has to be bad.
Oh my
All right.
goodness.
Here we go. Rolled a 54.
What's that do?
Okay, so that means you're restrained. I think what it is that you're trying to climb up the side of this tank, and you don't. Like, you're ready to hop up on the top and get down there. You're ready to say something cool to Kevin. That scene we just saw was mostly you imagining
It was just playing out in his mind.
Yeah. Like, oh man, I'm going to be such the hero. You
Can I just
are now...
flip immediately?
So, no, you're stuck. You're stuck on the side of this tank. Like, your foot gets stuck in, like, a swiveling part of the tank or something in the armor. Your attack causes you to become restrained. Perhaps your footing is uncertain or you're entangled in something in the environment.
Wait.
You can make a...
Could it be the turret? Like, the turret that is now spinning, that was spinning, like, casually? When I kill, when I kill that other guy, like I literally take his head right off.
No.
His body slouches down, hits the body even further, that spins the turret faster, which Yanu didn't expect, and it catches him like right in the side, and he's hanging off of it.
Yes. So my foot's stuck in one of the what do they call them? The rungs that you use to climb up onto the turret, and I'm just caught spinning in this turret.
Just going around and around. The most heroic thing that one could look like when attacking a tank.
I'm just going to say, this also happened in Time Bandits. Y'all should watch Time Bandits. We got to find that old data slate.
Oh man, I want to watch that movie. Is it PG?
You know what? I think it actually is.
All right. Movie night. Movie night. Just spinning around on this thing.
So Keanu,
You're cheering movie night with your sword in the air.
He's cheering movie night. Well, the Cherub baby
Keanu,
told me it'd be cool.
Technically, you could still make your attack if you're restrained. However, you don't have a shot on dropping it down into the actual tank. You could try to shove it into the main cannon if you would like, but you are caught on the main cannon.
Ooh.
You could also just try to throw it like at the tread. Like you can just throw it straight down at the tank. It would probably hit the. It would probably just hit the armor of the tank. But crack grenades are designed to get through tank.
I'm a little worried about how close he is to that bomb.
All right. So, realistically, is there any kind of chance while I'm spinning on this turret to actually still throw the grenade into the hole of the tank?
No, you can't. You got to throw it. Like, you can still throw it, but, like, you're not going to be able to get it in there this turn. But you're throwing that grenade. You got to throw it at something.
Okay, so that would have been like if I had rolled it, a 6 on my wrath die, then I could have rolled it in the tank, or thrown it in the tank. But
then I guess you
rolled
wouldn't
the
have been caught in the first place. But
yeah, okay. So I rolled really well. Can I instead use that to just hold on to the grenade and not lose hold of it while I'm still spinning?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're holding on to the grenade. Oh, that makes sense.
This really is very like Indiana Jones, I have to say. Like, this turret is spinning, it hits him, he's like hot potatoing a grenade as it's like spinning him around. Like, this is great. Yanu!
I'm still spinning.
Just like you're spinning around the front at high speed, coming back around.
Well, you have to keep ducking because the turret keeps almost clotheslining you.
Yanu, can you Yanu? It keeps ducking down. Because Kevin keeps trying to wind his sword back to get like a good swing on this thing, but the battle cannon keeps whizzing by him.
You have to keep ducking.
He's trying to get good foot placement, but he's so big, he can't, like, he sometimes jumps over the cannon. He tries to get below it, but it, like, scrapes the top of his helmet. It's no good. Speaking of, what does the tank do, Daniel?
Well, you are kind of out of range of its weapons. I think what it's going to do, though, because the people inside are beginning to panic, quite understandably so, it's going to start spinning pretty quickly.
Oh, no.
Just spinning to try to knock you guys
So
off.
we've got a spinning turret, and now we have a spinning body of a Lehman Russ.
Yes.
This is good.
Of course, they're going to spin it in the opposite direction that the turret is spinning.
No.
Yeah, you know how when you start spinning, you start getting sick to your stomach and you might throw up, and now everything smells like death, so that probably doesn't
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's still that horrendous Nurgle smell.
I was already pretty good against it, but hold on. I vomit all over myself.
You don't actually need to. The stench has sort of gone away. You only need to make the check once.
No, it's because I remembered the stench and I'm spinning that I just vomited all over myself.
For no reason whatsoever, the classic Imperial song that has been loved for a millennia, many millennia, kicks on the loudspeakers, which is dan 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 tequila dan 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 dan, and just as you're just vomiting on the top of the turret. Yeah.
Just spray a whole bunch of fatally wounded guardsmen with vomit.
This is such an
great sight.
insane scene. There are just so many guardsmen on the ground just vomiting their guts up as a space marine and an assassin are spinning around the top of a damaged turret Lehman Russ. Amazing.
All right.
Oh, Jinx.
Oh no.
So-
Oh no, now one of you is cursed. Which one? Which one is possessed? We have to figure it out now.
So
I'm thinking of a number, Daniel.
I'm thinking of a number, and it's 4. That's the difficulty of the test. It's going to be to stay on the side of this tank.
Seamless transition. I love it.
Well,
Is
I
it
mean,
You
I'm
tell me
already
what
on.
skill. You tell me what skill you want to use.
I
I
mean,
guess
I'm already
you are
on the
actually
tank.
caught in it. You are literally caught in it, so you're fine. But you actually need to make a difficulty 4
Yeah.
check to move. But Kevin, you need to make a difficulty 4
I assume agility test, right?
agility test. Yeah, difficulty 4 agility test.
Yeah, I want to say athletics, but I know it's agility. All right.
I actually have to make, because I'm restrained, I have to make a difficulty 4 strength test to recover from this.
Yes.
We've got to fight the strength of this tank. Kevin's only got a 5 agility, as I said before, so here we go. Shoes don't fail me now. Not looking bad so far. I got a 3. So Kevin did a spin as the tank started to move. He corrected himself, did a sweet move, and his shoes lit up. It looked great, and then he forgot about the turret, and it clipped him on the back of his leg, and he just did a full backflip, head onto the tank, off the back of the tank, onto the ground.
And Yanu's yelling look out as it's coming towards you.
And just bing bong, just right onto the floor of this slowly deteriorating air bridge or whatever.
How much resilience do you have?
I have a 11 resilience, which is pretty
Okay,
high.
you're fine. You're fine. That fall is not going to damage you in any way that you notice.
No.
But the tank trying to run you over might. But that's not what it does right now.
Oh man,
All right.
my head.
All right, well, I got to try and do a DN4 strength test to recover from this. I'll have you know my strength is a whopping 4. So,
Nice.
not looking good. Oh my god. That was the hottest dice I think I've ever rolled.
Would you roll
Out of 4 dice, with one of them a wrath die, I rolled a 6 on my wrath die, another 6, and a 4.
That is amazing. That is
It's because I got all the food out of my stomach.
That's what it was. We flash back to the cafeteria on the Imperial Guard vessel hours ago.
Kevin's
Actually, Kevin and Yanu hadn't met yet, but Kevin does pass him by in the cafeteria, but forgot. It's I really don't think you should eat that. And just walks away.
oh man.
I shouldn't have eaten that burrito. That kid was right. Wait, that kid was a space marine.
And I just immediately recovered.
So what would you like to do? Because that's all the. Oh wait, I gotta roll a d4 to see where the cannon shoots.
Oh no. Not at the Kevin on the ground.
Oh no, this is so bad. That's right, Kevin fell off the tank. No.
Kevin fell off the tank. Yes. Dang it! Where'd my d4?
Oh wait, I gotta roll. All right, we're gonna do this at the same time, Daniel. I'm gonna
Okay.
roll first to tell you what side of the tank he fell off of, and then you're
Okay,
gonna
gotcha.
tell me where the battle tank fires. So here we go. I'm gonna say mine first. We're gonna roll at the same time though. Here we go.
And then we're gonna say the
Rolling.
number.
Yeah, we're gonna say the same time on the count of 3. So here we go. We're both rolling. It's a D4, right? So if we get
It's
an
a
D4.
D4.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's both
Front
roll.
is 1, left is 2, right is 3, back is 4.
All right, I'm rolling mine. Okay, I have mine. Do you have yours?
I have mine. Yeah.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, thank God.
Oh my god.
Ah, that would have been so bad.
Yeah. 'cause
But it
you would've
fires right
been-
next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but still, it would have just been a gun aiming
By
down
the
at
way,
you and firing.
what are
point
these
blank.
random shots from a battle cannon doing to the structural integrity of this arm?
If another battle cannon shot hits the side of this docking arm, things about to be real bad. Real bad.
Yanu, you gotta take care of this thing. As Kevin's trying to like get off the ground after he's not like hurt, but he's knocked around. Like his perception and senses are like ringing at this point. And since Yanu just cleared all of his insides of that disgusting burrito, has he just reached like this zen, like he is at full assassin mode at this point? Like
It's back to where we were at the start of the recording, where everything had slowed down, but this time I'm fully aware, so I just see everything in slow motion.
that burrito was keeping him down.
What was in that burrito, dude?
We are seeing full potential. We are seeing Ki Anu.
All right, so with everything seemingly gleaming and beautiful, even though it's horrible and disgusting, with uncanny precision, Yanu's just like, whoa. And he just suddenly is like super aware of everything. And
Yeah, it's like
manages
everything's
to-
in slow motion for Keanu.
Yes. And he just like looks and it's just like effortlessly grabs the where his foot is caught and frees himself, but it like takes no strength and he's super confused. But then he just moves up to the top of the tank, seemingly at light speed, and just is like looking at the grenade. He's like, huh, shrugs and just drops it into the hole and then jumps off the tank.
You do. Oh no, you got a 6 on your. That's why everything slowed down. I think you still need to roll to attack, but
that was a 6 on his test. To just
on his
that was on
test
my
to
test.
move.
Incredible.
Yeah, so you're still gonna need to roll to attack, but it's gonna be difficulty 3.
The weapon jams again. No, just like
That would be the worst.
There's a chance.
and now
It's 40
it just explodes.
Yeah.
oh god.
Come
please
on,
no.
Yadu.
Oh my fucking god.
Please don't. Did you roll a 1 again?
I rolled a 1 on my breath die. How does this happen?
Okay. Here's what I think happens. You throw it in. It's a dud.
Oh.
So I jump off of the tank. Everything's still sort of in slow motion. I put my hands on my ears to like block the noise of the explosion. And then unfortunately everything comes back to like normal speed. And there's no boom. And I'm like, what?
All right. Sorry about that, Keanu. Kevin, you still have an action you could take this turn before the tank is back to doing
Well,
its thing.
this tank is moving, and Kevin
It
doesn't
was
like.
actually just spinning, essentially.
Yeah.
It was-
Kevin is pissed. He is gonna go full bore. He is debating on whether to force sword this thing, like just wait for the engine to spin back around and get a good swing on it, like on the back of the tank. Now this thing's got a lot of different like power points on it, but like just a swing on the main engine, or Kevin could just be crazy and just go a big old smite on the back of this thing. Although smite's actually, no, it does mortal wounds. I was gonna say it's not terrible.
You should, whatever you do, you should do a psychic power. This is my recommendation. You do a psychic power and you do it some level of unfettered or risky because you banged your head.
Yeah, Kevin
You're
did
not
bang his
focusing
head.
Oh yeah, if your head gets hit.
Oh man, and hey, we know psychers in their heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
no.
now I feel like you should roll a die to see how badly you banged your head.
No, I'll let him decide.
No. We know what Kevin's about to do here. What Kevin is about to do is he's going to Molten Beam again. He's pissed. But he sees the tank spinning around. Where he's going to Molten Beam, though, Daniel, is like there's guys inside clearly freaking out. What they are going to see, like a guy is looking out like different sides and ports of the Lehman Russ, and one of them peeks out the side of that hole where Kevin made the Molten Beam before, and everything slows down, and he just sees a hand right pressed up against the hole where the Molten Beam is, and it just starts to light up, and Kevin is going to do the full, the most unbound he can do blast of Molten Beam, like, into the center of this thing. Which I believe is 3?
Transcendence.
Oh, boy.
Is what it's called.
There is not
You
a
can
limit.
open your mind fully. You tell me how many dice you want to add.
Oh, no, this seems like real bad gambling. He already periled with only 1 die.
This is why I was saying you roll a d6, and that's how many you add.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You know what? You are right. We're gonna do a D3 though. It'll be how much more additional I add though, which means it will always be more than the 1.
You also, because the tank is spinning like crazy, it's spinning really fast. Lehman Russes are fast. The difficulty to hit is going to be 4. You're still probably going to hit, but there is a difficulty number that you're in.
That's fair. That's fair. He's just trying to do it cool, like wait right as the hole passes by and hit it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna. All right. Wait, Andrew. I can't add 6 dice to this. I can't have 7 if I roll a 6.
I mean, the dice gods decide. Jay. I mean, just how mad / headbang you are.
I'd say I think you should just.
Wait, you're saying there is no. Wait, hold on a second. There is no limit to the number of dice.
It's equal to your rank or tier, whichever is higher.
Oh.
That's the max amount you could add.
And so my rank is a 4, right?
A tier is
Tier
4.
is a 4.
Oh, my
Yeah,
tier
you're
is a
rank
4.
1, I think.
So you can add up the 4 dice.
But it costs me a shock every time I do it, right?
Equal to the number of wrath dice in your dice pool. So
Oh, well, I can only do up to
shock.
3.
Yeah.
Because if I run out of shock, I take a wound.
So that's what I'm saying. Just roll 3 total wrath dice.
Even though a d6 is funny. And yeah, I only have 3 shock left, so I guess it's all shock because I'm going all out. Right, Yanu?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I feel like you should still roll a die just to see what the result would have been.
All right. Here we go. It would have been a 4. It's meant to be. 4 dice. Here we go. So I take 3 remaining shock. I'm out of shock at this point. Kevin is going full bore. I'm just going to look. He has a psychic mastery of 12. Kevin is just like, that means he's basically rolling another, in addition to these 4, he's rolling another 11 dice. So I'm just going to roll these 4 though, because honestly, this is the ones that we care about. Here we go. Now wait, shall I roll them one at a time or all at the same time?
Just do it all at once.
Here we go.
All at once.
I rolled a 3, a 3, a 2, and a 1.
It had to happen.
So thankfully, you only rolled 1 on your wrath die, so you just make the D66 check. For every additional 1, you add 10.
Oh, yeah. That's where it gets real bad. Okay, so let's see what I get with my Perils of the Warp. I get a 34, not too high.
Oh, that's not too.
Do I
Okay.
switch bodies with someone?
No, that's a much higher roll. The watching. An overwhelming paranoia of something watching creeps over you and everyone within 20 meters. Lesser creatures and animals cower in fear, while sentient creatures must make a successful difficulty 4 willpower test or suffer an uncontrollable compunction to second-guess all their actions.
Ooh.
They are hindered too. This effect lasts for the rest of the scene.
Well, Kevin will roll his willpower check, which he has a 7.
Yeah.
So here we
We
go.
all know who was watching. It was Nurgle from,
Yeah.
Now,
What happened before?
Kevin passed, but you rolled a 1 on his wrath die again. So I don't know what a 1 does on this, because he breaks through the fear of the whatever's watching him, but maybe, and this is up to you, Daniel. I think something has caught the eye of Kevinson. Sorry, something has noticed him that shouldn't have. Basically, it might not make its presence known now, but maybe.
Oh, I know exactly what noticed him.
Oh boy. All right, because I think there's got to be something, like he went a little, especially because he pushed so hard on the psychic power. Oh my god, by the way, of those 4 dice, I just realized not a single one of them passed for the psychic test. Those were all fails. I just remembered I rolled a 3, 3, a 2, and a 1. Jeez.
How about this? The entire station's power flickers off for just a moment
Ooh.
as the whole station rocks. It might not really be related to your Perils of the Warp. There is a space battle going on outside as things are flying at the Starfort, and Starfort is firing at people. But right after there was a loss of power for just a moment, you feel something from deep inside the Starfort is looking at you. And you only you realize that with the one that you roll. Everybody else just kind of feels uncomfortable. But you know that there's something in this Starfort that is more than just rebel guardsmen. There's something evil and terrible, and it wants you dead.
All right. Don't worry. I'll get you soon enough. But for now, this one right here, and this is as like the hole passes right by, and the guy looks up, I'm gonna hit you with my knowledge. And Kevin's gonna unload Molten Beam. Let's see if I actually do hit, because I failed with those other dice. Oh, that is much better. That is fantastic. That is, I can push a 6, which only gives me additional range, so it doesn't do much. But I do roll an extra damage die, which is 2, because I rolled a 6. So that is 20 damage, pen 3, right into the side of this thing. And most likely through the head of some crewmen inside.
I think you have more or less destroyed, you have disabled this Lehman Russ tank with that Molten Beam.
Yay!
You have done it.
Sweet. But,
although technically, Keanu does need to roll for that Perils of the Warp. Also, other guardsmen are starting to freak out. Not only does things smell terrible, now something's watching them.
Kevin has really not set a lot of these guardsmen up for a nice evening. They have been plagued, quite literally, by terrible things.
Okay. So, unfortunately, and likely due to proximity, Kevin looks over at Keanu and notices that he's just stuck. He's just frozen in fear. But the odd thing is that he's also looking directly towards where the eyes came from. Because I also rolled a 1 on my wrath die for that test.
Oh,
and
really?
apparently I was too close to you, and the beam that it showed to look at you hit me by proximity.
Okay, yeah. If you rolled a 1 on your Wrath die too, yeah. They know that you're both agents of the Inquisition, right? Like, it is looking out for both of you.
Well, it's like, this is how I envision it. I envision it because it's like psychically peering. Kevin is a psyker. He's like a much brighter light bulb. Yeah. He just happens to also be illuminating the shadow that would be me.
Yeah,
so normally I wouldn't get noticed like that, but because I'm next to him, suddenly it sees me too. And I don't know how to handle something like that because I'm not a psyker.
Yeah. Well, we'll deal with that in the future.
Oh boy.
Because right now, the guardsmen, at least the ones who are not too haunted by this, cheer as the Lehman Russ goes down, and they charge at the Severan troops, who begin to fall back. Some of them are dropping their weapons and trying to surrender. The battle is won. It is costly, but you have done it. You make your way deeper into the station. They're actually right at the edge of the docking arm. You're able to get a little further in. You seal off the bulkhead of the docking arm. About 10 minutes later, the entire docking arm just sort of detaches. But you have done it. You have made it into the Starfort.
Yes! All right. We did it. We made it through. Oh man, how many soldiers we got left? And how many soldiers does Kevin see? Because we ran into that docking arm with like 300, 400 soldiers. How many made it through?
Of the survivors, there's maybe 200 or so guardsmen, which is not bad. Like 200 armed guardsmen is not bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Probably would have been way worse if the tank was focusing on them.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the tank did kill a lot of them.
Especially with the battle cannon fire that didn't hit us and definitely hit other people.
But sort of the issue is now people are looking around for any of the lieutenants or other people that are supposed to, order the various squads. And there's no one alive above the rank of sergeant in this group.
Oh no.
There's one lieutenant left alive. He's barely conscious. But yeah, Lieutenant Van Hydrus is not going to be very helpful. He's unconscious at the moment while some medics are treating him. The guardsmen are sort of looking around, and then one of them like lifts up a communicator, is like, "We need to report to the battle command." And he looks up at you, Kevin. Sir, I think you're the ranking officer.
I am? I'm the ranking officer.
I mean, I don't really know how Space Marines fit into the chain of command, sir, but think you're the best one for the job.
No, that's fine. There is one rank that I hold that certainly has the commanding presence necessary for a moment like this. 'Cause I'm not just a Space Marine. And Kevin stands up on like a box. It breaks because he's heavy. He stands up on a metal box this time. I'm an Inquisitor, and we are in a dire set of situations right now. There is something out there, and Kevin pulls his force sword. It's illuminating in the light, points it towards the heart of the station. There is something deep there, in the heart of this station, that needs your sacrifice, that needs your bravery. And you are all, as of this moment, I'm sure a bunch of them are like fingers crossed, like Honorary Adeptus Astartes, Honorary Adeptus Astartes, Honorary Inquisiteers, and we've got a mission. Are you ready? Do I need to roll a leadership check? Because if I don't, I'd like to use a glory to just make that sound as cool as Kevin thought it would.
I think you could just spend a glory and you're good. These men will follow you to Hell's Gates.
Sweet. Kevin does, and he's making like a sweet pose on top of this now metal box with the sword pointed in the direction towards the heart of the station. Feeling pretty cool. With only like a few wounds left.
Yeah.
Bleeding from a lot of different places.
Kevin Kevinson and Keanu will return in Something Wicked Lurks. Stay tuned, Inquisiteers.
Hey kids, it's your number one Inquisitor, Kevin Kevinson, here to talk to you about the famous Leman Russ battle tank. The Leman Russ battle tank is just like and named after the Primarch Leman Russ. And just like it, you can avoid it by cuddling it, just like the Primarch, as well as throwing a raw steak in front of it will also distract a Leman Russ. Try it at home.